Okay, third time's the charm. This is the last chapter of the arc. This time I mean it. Okay, I can definitely say this is the end of the arc. I'm 100% certain. Koei decided to go through a montage or a quick run of other events from the festival. It's probably for the best in my opinion due to how they don't hold that much prestige to focus thoroughly. That being said, the chapter did end on a nice note for an overall enjoyable arc. If there's one event that I would have liked to stretch out more, it would be Class B Play, which is practically, I understood that reference, moment. I know not everyone is into pop culture references, but I thought this was amusing for what it is. It would be a joy if it lasted more than a page, showcasing the ridiculous amount of storyboarding. Regardless, it was a funny moment. One thing I remember from the anime is smartphone's existence makes communication easier in today's world, for better or worse. It seems that Koei has to keep Deku irresponsible when it comes to it. That way, the plot or battle would ensue solo, though it can get redundant. Breaking the phone made sense in a training camp, but anything more would be head-scratching. I thought Deku would get some punishment for the action earlier, including how he should have relied on other heroes. The sad part is, this moment would have been more effective if Deku purposely left others unnoticed to keep the festival going. It would have been a good life lesson for him and the fans. Instead, it only comes off a lesson learned that he's already aware of. Remember, he only lied about the severe of his battle against Gento, so it's not like he's purposely ignored the concept of heroes. In any case, he is allowed to roam free and have fun with his friends because Hondog is a good boy. Granted, he knocks him away, but you know, dogs can be rough. I'm going to save Aries' part later. So in the meantime, let's cover the other aspect of the festival. Class A gets praise for the performance. I would say it is only because they have main characters, but they were the opening act, so the scene is appropriate to exploit. It may be a bit too much, but it's the main class. I really don't think it was needed to have committees from the departments to be haters, only to be convinced otherwise. It didn't have much ground to begin with, so it didn't hold much importance to the overall. All I remember is Bakugo saw those guys and never really reflect more until last chapter. Sure, it gave them a reason to go hard, but it can't be said with any reason. Oh well, at least it was settled, so that's that. The beauty contest is shown, and for what it is, it's fine. I didn't mind too much since the chapter is largely a relaxed one, despite not really carrying much of these events. Again, that Class B play should have gone a bit longer. At least we got to see what made Kenrazaki stand out. That's probably an understatement. She brings in some vehicle that could be in the next Twisted Metal game with her face on it. That will also include those eyelashes. It's actually a funny visual with how it looks like it has fangs. It even pops out with a small body. How she won before is a mystery. It's predictable that Nejiri is going to win the contest, especially how this is her last year. I assume she lost last time because she tried to be flashy like Kenrazaki. Dare I say, there is no try. Instead, she goes out there and be herself. Do what she does best, and her quirk is good for her quality to dance like a fairy. Sadly, the visual only shows her in the midair and that's it. I guess Koei is still exhausted from the last chapter, in which we will get to that shortly. But really, it is him getting done quick as possible. Later, she is voted as the best, so good for her. It must be a bone thrown of Koei because, well, you know. The scene enters a montage of everyone enjoying the festival. I thought it was neat and probably for the best to get the narrative across of the students having fun. I would have liked more of it, but when the series got mixed with the training and the battle portion, one may get sacrificed in the importance level. I don't recall at this moment on which series balanced it well, but I thought this could have done so. That said, there are points that Koei did good on. The moments with Eri is charming, and although you could argue that her development should have been taken care of last time, this was a fitting time as well. It is nice of her to gain a human personality, let alone a child's, so she can actually express her opinion with joy. Koei did have two routes to choose, and he chose the good side. It's rewarding of its kind, and I like it. Deku did his job, so good for him on that regard. I like how he even got her an apple candy so she can taste the sweetness. It's a good end for her, and although I don't know when we will see her again, I wouldn't mind. She obviously has an ability that can be helpful, so we will most likely see her again. It probably take time since controlling quirk is different than just gaining humanity. Other than that, I enjoy this. The other part that I like is the ending for Gento and La Brava, mainly the former. I once had a feeling that Gento being the main target for development, let alone sympathetic backstory, would mean something more. He too learned something from his confrontation, and probably the only villain that has good morale than being completely evil. Because of his timing and lesson learned, the Gorilla Cop, which is comical to say the least, let him know that he should be grateful, that he is a rare one that actually got something out of it rather than lays around. I like it because it shows how his character was the main focus in development term, since others kind of just get it on the spot without any action. Jiro's development gets told about music and off she goes, somewhat undermined later on. Eri is a child, so it is fine. Gento gets the shine because he wasn't a real villain, just a sympathetic guy. It's no wonder he received it this way. Plus, it helps the concept of the festival bringing a change in a person for the better. There is a suggestive tone that maybe Gento and La Brava will not go to jail, or at least sentenced for a long time. Cops were impressed with La Brava's hacking skill, but she only does it for her darling, Gento. Maybe having both of them work for them is an ideal, like a service community. If so, that would make the development more reasonable and not just a one-time moment because jail and all. Granted, we will lose the villainy portrayal, but there are other points that can shine their characteristic. I guess we have to wait and see. The visual is good, though pretty simplistic this time around. It is better than sketches, no doubt, though the amount of white background is plenty enough to make it feel a bit hollow. It's kinda ironic if you ask me. The only time it was detailed was the beginning with the play. The character design is simpler, like no need for shades or anything. Though that's fine with slice of life being the focus. I hope Kohi is healthy, but I am probably overthinking. This was a nice end chapter for the arc. It covered the last remaining pieces and it ended nicely for certain characters. While I don't think it rejuvenated my attachment greatly like during the current run of the anime, this was meant to be relaxing. If the next arc is a serious one, I hope the joy of it will come alive like before. With this arc ended, it's only a matter of time to see what's next. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. What do you want to focus next? Do you want to get down and dirty with a serious arc, or you want to stay in the relaxing zone? There's nothing wrong with the relaxing zone, but I do want to rejuvenate my hope on the enjoyment of the serious part. Share your thoughts in the comment section. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel, and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.